Hey guys, Jude here. Today's Sunday, and I made a mistake. I made a big mistake the other day. Remember I was like, the next Let's Play I wanted to be Conker's Bad Fur Day or whatever, and okay, there's two versions of that game. There's the original, and then there's the Xbox One. I was gonna say the Xbox original one, but it's for the original Xbox, not the Xbox One. But it is backwards compatible. So it was free. If you have Game Pass, there's Xbox 360 and your Xbox original games on Game Pass, and if you claim those games, you actually own them, right? So when your Game Pass runs out, ordinarily you can't play any games that you got on Game Pass. But for some reason with Xbox 360 and original Xbox games, you can. I don't know if you can still do that anymore, but so I have it. I was like, okay, I'd rather play the N64 original because that one, it just looks better. The art style and also some of the changes they made to difficulty, I don't like it. I'd rather play the original. So, assuming there was no other way to play the game, I went on eBay and looked for a copy and eventually bought one. And it's expensive because it's kind of a rare game. It's funny because the company that made the game is called Rareware, but anyway. There's a thing on Xbox that came out in 2015 called Rare Replay, and it's a collection of all their old games, and for some reason it just slipped my mind that that's a thing that existed. I knew it exists, I just didn't think that Conker's Bad Fur Day would be a part of that, but it is. It's too late for me to cancel the order. It's already shipped. I could probably cancel it, but I don't want to be a dickhead, right? I'm not gonna be like, can I have the money back just because I didn't know I could, I don't want to be an asshole. And this is a good copy of the game. From the pictures it looked like a really good condition copy. It was pretty clean and the labels weren't torn or destroyed or anything. But it was $130 fucking dollars, dude. And I bought it because I thought it was the only way to play the original. So stupid, without emulating it. And I thought it would I'm mad. But there's a bit of another problem. If you remember, I think yesterday's vlog, I hooked up the Nintendo 64. I have it plugged into a DVD recorder because the cheap little $5 composite to HDMI thing I have makes everything that goes through it look like shit. The only other way I have to record N64 is this DVD recorder that I got at a yard sale for $10 or whatever. And I have DVDs. It came with a stack of 100 DVDs, and that's enough for, I did the math, it should be, 2 hours per DVD or whatever. So 200 hours is more than enough for doing this. Let's Play would take 12 hours. So yeah, it would be enough. It would just be, I don't have anything to read DVDs. I have the Blu-ray drive in my old computer, but I remember I took the hard drive out of it and need to install Windows on it. I do have this MacBook over here. There's a Wii U gamepad on top of it, but that does have a DVD drive. But there's a little problem. I don't really know. I'd have to do, that would be a lot of trial and error because I don't actually know if you put the DVD in. I assume the DVD recorder would it would be sort of mastered or whatever, so it wouldn't be a file on the disc. It would be, I don't actually know. So that would be something I'd have to trial and error and look up and be annoying. So okay, I looked into scalers because I want it to look good. I want it to, it doesn't have to look great, just look normal and not fuzzy and gross. So I was looking into scalers and I was thinking, okay, this is one of those situations where it's I could buy this thing for $100, which if you haven't seen the past couple dozen or so vlogs, I've been saving money, and it got to the point where beforehand I would buy stuff all willy-nilly. For the first year of having a job, I'd buy stuff and be like, oh, buy this, buy that, whatever. My whole sort of thought process was this is the only time in my life where I can earn money and then not have to spend it on bills or whatever, so I have the chance to buy big expensive things now and not have to worry about, I gotta pay a bill next week, Now I'm trying to save money because I realized oh, I have a savings account and interest, and if I have a lot of money in there, I don't have to work ever again, really, because I'll get a bunch of money through interest, which, yeah, there's other stuff not putting all your money in one bank or whatever, but I've been enjoying the number going up, and it's not that high, but it's also I sort of have the opposite problem where instead of being able to convince myself to buy stuff, I sort of really need to convince myself to buy something. Buying Conkers was just I want it to be my next Let's Play. Alright, so anyway, these scalers, specifically the RetroSync one that I'm looking into, they just announced, and this happens with a lot of times whenever I find something, there's always a new thing announced, and it's oh, well, great. like, I mean, like, actually great, because it's like a lot of times it's like something with like a show or whatever, and it's like, oh god, I wish there's more, but it's like 10-year-old show, they're not going to do a second season. Oh, hey, there's a second season coming out now, great. Anyway, they're coming out with the best retro tink ever. It's the 4K, and it's like, oh great, and the price range is going to be like $1,000, and I'm like, well, fuck. There's other ones. There's the 5X, which is $300 something, and the 2X, which is $130. About as much as, well, actually exactly as much as I spent on the game, so that's fun. If I buy that, it's like, well, I could have bought 2 8TB hard drives now, couldn't I? Which I'm running out of hard drive space, so that's the thing I could have done. Anyway, long story short, I haven't bought any of that yet. I'm still like, oh god, should I do that? Like, well, yeah, should I buy the 2X for $130, or just wait for the 4K to come out and buy that and not spend $130 and then eventually get the 4K and spend like $1,130 and just spend $1,000. But also, like, that's $1,000 for something that, like, maybe I wouldn't even really need. Like, I'd probably be happy with just what the 2X would output for video, but it's like, oh, whatever. Anyway, I am looking into modding the N64, like the Ultra HDMI mod, because like if I do that, then it's like, well, I wouldn't need to buy that thing, and it's like, ah, god, I don't know. But then on the website, it shows a picture from Rare Replay, and the picture it shows is Conker, like the N64 version in Rare Replay on Xbox in 1080p. So it's crystal clear, it looks great, it looks better than any, you know, RGB mod or HDMI mod for the N64, and it's just like, well, fuck, because I bought this game for $130 fucking dollars, and I'm like, man, how do I record this? It looks like shit. Oh hey, for $8 right now, I can buy it on the fucking Xbox, and it'll run in 1080p. And yeah, it won't be the original hardware with the original fucking weird controller, but at least I'll have Rumble, and I don't have to buy a Rumble pack. But my god, I spent $130 on this game, dude. It's like, oh shit. And like, I know it's gonna be one of those things, like when I bought, like, last year, I bought these Nreal Air glasses because, like, augmented reality, I thought they'd be cool, and they are cool, but it's like, they're not practical because you have the wire, and I'm fine with wearing the wire going down my back, but it's like, they're so bulky and just like annoying, basically, is all I could say, but they're cool, and they're really expensive, and I bought it, and I was like, because I'm buying it towards the end of the year, the return window is extended to end of January, because like Christmas and stuff, so like, okay, I'll buy it, I'll use it, and if I really think like I really would actually use these more than like once every couple months, then I'll keep it, and if not, I'll return it. Lo and behold, by the time January came around, I didn't really care about the 400 fucking something dollars that I bought, that I just like, I don't need to return it. And it's the same thing that's gonna happen with Conker. It's just $100, really. Like, it doesn't really matter to the grand scheme of how much money I have. And, you know, but it's fun getting a new game for N64 or whatever. It's the first time I've ever bought a game for the Nintendo 64. All the other games I had were gifted from my dad. Well, I guess his friend who gave me the N64, because it was his, pretty sure. Cool. It's the first game I bought for Nintendo 64. That's cool. It's just like, man, what could I buy with $130? Like, you get to that, it's like, oh yeah, an 8TB hard drive. Yeah, it's like, you look at other things. Like, I could buy a whole console for that money. Like, original Xboxes go for about $60. I could buy another Wii. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to buy. Okay, well, the Rare Replay deal for $8 ends tomorrow, so I don't actually know if I'm gonna buy it, and that's what I'm gonna record with. It could be. Yeah, I might actually, because it's really good quality. It just kind of pisses me off. I'll see you guys tomorrow.